Hey guys, good evening. Thanks for joining in again. And Hector, our speaker from Trendlab Technologies today is here as well. Hey, say hi, Hector.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, no. So we will be going through the trends of 2020. Hector had been working for big news corporations, giving them insights about the trends of everything almost. But today he's going to focus on the trends of the customer behavior and the product trends of 2020 and how it is going to be in 2021, all of those. It's not just that we cannot cover everything, all the insights that he has got today. We will try and cover as much as possible, and later we will be providing you with the content that he has created exclusively for this demo today. I mean, like the insights today. He will be sharing everything, and we will get more content after that as well. I think we lost you, Hector. Are you still there? Looks like we lost him there. Probably looks like a power shutdown. Yeah, we lost him right in time. Please bear with me. People who joined just now, there's a problem in connectivity from Hector's side. The speaker must be joining soon. I'm just trying to get in touch with him. Hopefully, he will be back in time.
Wow. Hey, are you there?
Hey, we are here.
Sorry, there was a power outage on my neighborhood, and the internet was gone.
No problems, no problems. Yeah, so I just gave you a brief introduction. Carry on without further ado, please. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much for holding there. And thank you so much as well for joining today. I already have seen some familiar names and faces around. And as well, I want to thank to Prem Kumar and Amazing Sellers for organizing this. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Which one?
I'm able to see the browser and now this presentation.
All right, fantastic. All right, so today we're gonna have a journey about different tools that you will be able to use to face different business problems that you have, and how to use them to be more data driven. Later on, we will do a quick introduction to Trendlab, what it is and how it can help you as well. And finally, we will cover a few of the products that have been trendy through 2020, and they will break through on 2021, so you can take advantage of that. Just as a side note, I know that Prem Kumar mentioned on the email that we will go into cover 20 topics. I think if we will be to covering 20 topics, we will be here until tomorrow. I will cover only 3 of them or 4, depending on time. And then I will send you actually an email with the 20 of them so you can review them on our blog post. Okay. So the first thing that we're going to cover is the problem that businesses like yours are having. So from HubSpot, they say that 86% of the business don't have access to comprehensive and to smart market and customer data. What does it mean is that you are only doing your decisions based on the data that you have from your sales or from what you read online. Let's put it this way. So that what that's happening is that, and because of that, we are taking decisions by gut feeling, and you are being not data driven. So what we're gonna cover now is which tools can you use for that. The other problem that actually businesses are facing is that they are struggling to identify products that are trendy or they are fast growing, so they can maximize their revenue as well. Okay, so the different tools that customer uses are, the first one is going to be Google Trends. This is one of my favorite ones because it is free, and actually the data that they have is coming from Google. You know, then Google is the #1 website with more traffic. It's very simple to use. It has like different filters like time period. So you have up to 2001 data, and you can understand like the time series from the number of searches that have been happening across the years and as well on different places. Like you can have maps like this one, and you can compare different topics as well. And then you can find even different trends, like for example, this one here. For me, the downsides of this platform is that it has a very basic functionality. It's really interesting for beginners, for starters, but it's very basic. Then it has like limited data in terms of demographics. So it's only showing you a map. It's showing you the timeline, and then it's suggesting you different topics or different keywords that relate to the topic that you're searching for. At the same time, you know, it just shows you Google data. And for that reason, for us, it's not so smart because we will be looking for more data. And that's why I also added to this list Facebook Audience Insights. This one is also free access if you have a business account on or a business page on Facebook. And again, this is Facebook's data. Facebook owns data, and is the third by traffic. It's very insightful. So you can have data like, for example, gender, relationship status, education of your audiences, and you have more than 20 different filters here where you can filter by that. In this case, my downsides for this one is that it's slightly difficult to use because there are too many filters. For instance, and also is very predeterminate search, which means that you need to, you know, dig down into each of the interests and then get the top level of them. So for example, if you are a beer brand or you have I don't know, a type of toys brand, and you are interested on that specific topic, you only will get to the level of who is interested with toys, which is the kind of like category or subcategory. The other downside for me is that you're only getting a small slice of the cake. So it's, at the end, it's Facebook data, but it's only Facebook data. So you don't have Instagram, you don't have TikTok, you don't have data like Twitch or Reddit that also really cover different segments of the audience as well. So you gotta use this one only for Facebook purposes. because if you apply the same logic that you get here, or the same data that you have, into, I don't know, Google advertisement, or into Instagram ads, they are not going to work the same, because the audience that those platforms have are completely different as well. Um, the next one is Brownwatch. Brownwatch is a super powerful platform. They are from Brighton, actually, and I think they were funded back in 2012. Since then, they have been growing really, really fast by some funding, private funding, and I think they are doing like around 200 millions annual revenue a year. They cover a lot of the social media gap that we were talking back with Facebook data. So you also have Facebook, they have Instagram, they have Twitter, they also have Twitch, and TikTok. They also cover some news and blogs as well. It's super smart because they have a bunch of funding, they have a bunch of employees, and actually this is like their source of, this platform is their source of income. So they're using AI and machine learning from all the data that they have collected and have available to enhance it. So you actually get actionable insights and across the different platforms as well. Something that I found really interesting as well is that they do consultancy projects. If you go to Google or you go to Facebook, they won't do these kind of things, but they offering these services as well. My cons, of course, this blood expensive. It costs you around 41,000 a year. That's minimum. And what they do from there is like, it's like kind of like the minimum plan. I tried it myself back when I was working at News Corp. Sorry, we were using it for different, instead of doing customer panels and stuff like that, to understanding the behavior of our customers. We were using this to kind of reduce the cost and so on. But then we needed to have someone in-house that was able to run the queries, to understand the ins and outs of the platforms, and actually get value from it. Um, the last kind of concept I will say is that if you actually want to squeeze the platform as much, you need to have coding skills, because you will have to run queries like SQL style to get the best out of it. The other one that it's very useful, and I think this is more related with trends, is Google News. So Google News actually is another free platform that has data across different big media publishers like newspapers, magazines, even blogs as well. And it's very simple to use. So you can jump in every morning, you can understand what's happening around the world and around your topic as well. From, here you have from local, you have customized for you as well. You can get like the weekly alerts as well to your inbox. And I think it's super interesting to understand like kind of like the status quo of the world. And actually you can use it later on for news jacking. So for example, the same thing that has happened with PS5, I don't know if you have seen it in London, where, they have posted the different signs on the underground. And then, Greg's Bakery, they have used it as well to launch up kind of like a design with them. They put it on the same logos with cakes and with bread on their profile pictures on Instagram. So it's kind of like we use it a lot for news breaking, news hijacking, and I believe you can use it as well. It has a very basic functionality. It doesn't have like enhanced features like top mentions, when you're searching for your brand or for your product, you don't get who's talking actually about you, and you don't get actually the sentiment. Are they talking positively about your product or the product you're looking for? Are they talking negatively? And then you get a lot of noise as well. So for us, for the same topic, you're gonna have, I know, 200 different newspapers and magazines talking about it. But actually, what's the point what's the summary? What's they talking about? What's the cluster of the whole that new ecosystem? And as well, it's not available on all countries. I just was trying that yesterday. I'm currently based in Spain, and it wasn't available here. So if you are in the UK, it's going to be available. If you live outside the UK or the US, it may not be available. And as an alternative of all of this, this is something that we used back when I was working at News Corp. We were using all these tools, all of them, to identify our audiences, identify what was going around the world, and we were using these with spreadsheets. We're putting all this data that we were collecting on a spreadsheet and then doing calculations on top to understand whether they were trendy, there was a good investment for us in terms of advertisement, in terms of what could be the next topic that the newspapers will talk about, or we will be publishing a book. So later on, it will get trendy on viral, and we'll be able to make a lot of money. So this was kind of like the same example in a different industry that is not e-commerce. But after that, when I left back in January, we saw that there was a huge opportunity, that customers big as News Corp, they were using a lot of money for platforms like Brandwatch, but they wasn't actually getting the enough ROI out of it. And then it was taking us weeks and with the spreadsheets to do that. So what we come up was with Trendlab, which actually is a platform that collects data, public data, across the internet. That means that you can get all these reports that we were talking about your industry, about your product. You can get now market insights and consumer behavior reports about your products, about your brand, and in automated way. So this is gonna help you to understand your consumers. It's gonna understand you about getting first into different opportunities like products, niche markets, and fast growing products, and you will be able to better understand your industry, your consumers, and what's the impact of your brand out there. And of course, taking more data-driven decisions. So what I'm gonna do now is showing a little bit. We have two different products. The first one is the discovery tool, so you can understand. It's kind of like this answered the question what. So what's happening around the world? What's happening around your industry? You can filter out by your different categories. Yeah, we have more than 20. Then there's different time periods as well. And here you can, from the data that we collect, we make our own index that actually we can classify whether it's trendy or not. And once you go through the discovery tool, you can identify products that are actually fast growing, like this brand Pink Marmalade Gin. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna cover a few of the products that are currently trendy on 2020, and they're gonna break out on 2021. Maybe some of them you have heard of them, maybe some of them will be new for you. Okay, so the first one is air fryer. So air fryer is just like a kitchen appliance that it's replacing the the deep fryer with oil. This comes with the trend of more health lifestyle and cooking, and that has been coming up in the last 5 years. Why we have seen that the interest for this particular product has increased 50% on the last year. The last month is it's stable. And at the end, what we're trying to do, guys, here is, all this data that is on the internet that you could find on Google Trends or in Facebook or in the newspapers. We try to centralize all of this. At the same time, you as an individual, if you go and ask for Twitter for the data, they're gonna tell you, we don't provide for small and medium businesses. And what we're trying to do is, you are not big corporations, you are small or medium guys, and we want to actually kind of democratize the access of such a data that is simple and intelligible to you. So we understand that air fryer is exploding, that is moving really fast, and it's gonna have an increase of interest around 20%. It's a market already that is established, so that means there's a good opportunity for businesses for drop shippers or for e-commerce on Amazon to get introduced to them. Here you have like a quick summary on the topic. So what is it about? So if it's the first time that you have heard of it, and then where it kind of like does it classify on categories like Amazon or Google and so on. Then here you have the latest news. So what we were talking before, right? So who is talking about you? What are they talking about? how you can use this on your own benefit. So, for example, we're using it internally for newsjacking and getting as well some inspiration for creating blog posts or creating as well our next social media post. Then you have the timeline, which for the algorithm that we have, we're not talking about transactions, we are not talking about revenue, price changes, we're talking about interest. At the end, interest for us is, on the basic formula of economics, you have the offer and you have the demand. For us, the demand is the interest that actually the consumers have towards a product, right? So what we are showing here is on the last 5 years, what has been the increase of interest over time. And then on top of that, we provide a forecast as well. Then the next chart is going to be the trend line. The trend line is like it's the trend that is happening around this. So you always want to find something that is increasing. And usually you're looking for as well for hockey stick kind of charts. Then you have the timeline with related products. So people that search for air fryers also ask for recipes with air fryers, with cooking, with chicken as well. Here's very interesting. Just to find correlations. As you can see, like the interest is it's happening at the same time for all of these products. This is a really interesting case that we found out actually last week with a wine wholesaler. Was they were having in stock only white wine, prosecco, and red wine. And when we searched for red wine, we had the 4 different wines here, and one of them was rose wine. And what happened is that you could see the same spikes happening around Christmas, like the same way that it's happening here. But then you were having like rose wine, which was a product they were not having, that was increasing only on summertime or summer season. So actually this chart gave them was the opportunity to leverage their business not only on the winter season, but also as well through the summer, selling a product or stocking up in a product that they haven't imagined. Maybe we can see another case later on the other products. The next chart that you have here is the seasonality, right? And again, all the purpose here is to make decisions based on data. And in this case, actually the data that is not about your sales that you have in, but another point of view, which is the consumer. When are they interested on your product? And this chart actually answers to your question on when is the best to launch, when actually is people buying or searching for my product, right? So in this case, this is very interesting because you will think that air fryer is a product that it's a gift product or something like that. Yes, it is, but this is kind of like the first spike that you get at the end of November. But actually, when the spike is happening is on around New Year. Sorry. And this is happening because, again, like this is a product that is for, we will see it later, but it's a product that it's getting on the trend of healthy lifestyle and healthy cooking. So it's I call it the category, new year, new me. So new lifestyle and new diets as well. The next one that you have here it's a very similar one, seasonality, but it's actually this actually helped brands and companies to understand what time of the week and day of the week the people is interested on your product. And this is when you need to put your money for advertisement, right? At the end, this is UTC, and we are looking at global. So when we have here, we are looking at worldwide. Currently, we have available for the United Kingdom, United States. We're going to roll out for Spain, France, most of Europe, Canada, and Australia. And in this chart, actually is when is people searching for your products. Usually it's around Sunday in this case, and then on Mondays. The next one is about your consumers. So who are they? And what we do here is kind of like a profiling where through their social media, we identify which kind of interest do they have, who are they, where they're based, and so on. So a little bit more enhanced demographics that you have on Google Trends, which is very similar to what Facebook is providing you. The difference is that we have access not only to Facebook but Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok as well that we're gonna add. In this case, sporty, fashion, and beauty lovers based on social media. They're millennials, female on the United States, and they speak English. Here you have like the top 5 countries with the top 5 cities. Then you have like a range of ages and gender. You have the same individually, and then this is like it's super interesting for narrative, for example. So understanding of your customers whenever you are creating the maybe not the description of your product, but when you're communicating with them through social media, through ads. I think this is super interesting for the targeting on the location, but also you can create narratives around this and understanding better who they are, and if you won't have the same message if they are millennials or if they are generation X. It's a completely different generation, and I believe that the message should be different. Then you have as well other audience categories that they will be interested. So yeah, with lifestyle, music, arts, and then ethnicity. This is an algorithm that we have work in progress, fine tuning every day. And then you have language and social media. So social media here is very interesting because you want to understand, yeah, talking, yes, but are they talking positively about your product? Are they talking about are you getting bad propaganda on social media? And then the last one is related entities, which this one helps to understand. So people that's talking about air fryer or about your product. Which other entities, brands or products are they also talking about? This actually it's very useful as well for partnerships. It's also very interesting for again creating content around your product and so on. This is the first product, air fryer. The next one is more related with the food and beverages industry. I really like kombucha myself, so I thought it was a good opportunity to show a new type of kombucha. Kombucha, for you that don't know, is just fermented tea. In this case, this fermented tea has some alcohol graduation on top of it. Um, it's super trendy. It's exploding and it's going really fast. Really fast. We believe that it's going to increase at 31% the interest on the next 12 months, and this is an opportunity. It's an opportunity because the difference between air fryer and hard kombucha is the number of search volume. There is 1 million people searching every month for this product worldwide, while for hard kombucha only you are getting 12,000, which means that it's a good moment to jump in. We'll see it on the chart. You have here the description. You have different brands that are doing and are in the news. So you can get some market intelligence as well. You can be up to date on the product, and then you have the timeline. So again, this is a product that has been growing through 2019, had a massive increase on 2020, and we believe it's going to skyrocket on 2021. The reason, I think the reason on this one is because, again, following the trendy lifestyle as well, younger generation getting away from more alcohol products. Actually, all of these insights, I get them from here. I just go into the news and I am able to understand, market reports, brands, the storytelling that the brands have, and that's helped me to better understand the reasons behind most of these trends are happening. And in this case, what I was saying was that these type of products are focused for younger generations as well, like hipsters, like probably myself, that are actually trying to get away from hard alcohol, from the typical beer and cider. So it's kind of like it's a low percentage of alcohol, but it's still kind of like puts you a little away from the common products. Then you have here the seasonality as well, that it's more across the year, it's more a stable product. And then you have here as well, that's what I also mentioned, that it's more like it's an alternative to alcoholic beverages, or the common ones that we know, because it has a bunch of interest over Friday and over the weekend. It's something that you can have, this UTC, so it's something that you can have like in the morning on Sunday when you go for a brunch and stuff like that. And the consumer, who are they focused for? So sporty people that are looking for a healthy lifestyle, the fashionista, they like fashion as well and beauty. They're mostly male, as well millennials, and based in the United States. So and something that happens, and I have seen in the last years, that at least on technology and many products as well, that most of the trends happen first on the US, and after a couple of years, 1 year, they hit the UK, and after 4 years from the start of the trend, it hits the rest of the world, and Europe and the rest of the world. This could be one of them. Um, Base coming from the US, United Kingdom, the UK taking little by little. Age and gender, again, younger generations. It's a new product, and it's kind of like for both kind of like genders, audience categories, so sporty, healthy and fitness, lifestyle, music as well, and so on. Right. The next one is product is gonna be beauty fridge. So this is very interesting. I discovered this one very recently. This bike, it has peaked as a trend. It's still growing very fast. And here we can see that's another business opportunity, because there is even less search volumes than hard kombucha. The total identity here is Anastasia Beverly Hills, which is a cosmetics brand. And the reason that it's trendy right now is because after my research, looking at here, actually, I think I got it from this report here, where it was saying that yeah, so there's like a lot of ingredients that the cosmetics have, but there is like two, which is retinol and vitamin C, that actually they cannot be exposed to warm temperatures or sunlight and stuff like that. And that's why, like, these cosmetics are really, really expensive. And that's why, like, not like people, it's using fridges to store them and put them safe, right? Again, lower searches, low volume searches. The data is slightly bit more volatile because it's not so mainstream yet. But we definitely can see, and that's you can follow the yellow line, that it's something that has been growing this year from December, and it's something that is gonna keep growing next year as well. Trend line is flat just because there is not so much data. But then you have here the timeline, the related topics that you find sometimes, like different cosmetics with. Let's go for. You can filter out. So you have cosmetic, you have beauty. You can find correlations across them. Sometimes not. It's just like another insight that you can find different topics as well. Seasonality. This is more like a product that is being sold across the year, but because it's very new, it's increasing month after month. Day of the week, there is actually no insights on this, but I think here it's a product for people that's in fashion, beauty. They have this type of lifestyle, and they are millennials, and they are based on Northern Ireland. Actually, I done this report for the UK just to show you how it will look like. The data, it will vary, it will change depending on the location, as well as will change the consumer behavior as well. Um, we have a small glitch here, but we will be covering England, Northern Ireland, Scotland, and Wales. You have as well the different cities, the age and gender. Definitely, this is a female product, and then yeah, you can find like different other brands that when anyone mentions on social media about uh, beauty refrigerators, they also are mentioning these other brands as well. And the last topic that I will cover today, it's gonna be blue light blocking glasses. I don't know if you have experienced the same of me, but working at home, remote, having a lot of screen exposure, it's normal that people it's looking for some, some how do you call it? some accessory that or tool that will help them to protect their eyes. This has been exploding really fast as well, with a forecast that we believe is going to increase at 22%. Still, this kind of there is already brands out there doing this, not only traditional brands that, but also brands that are actually working towards serving this only product. Then we can see here the chart. So it has been a huge increase because of the corona, but it was taking off already from 2018. We predict that it's going to increase as well for 2021. The trend line, it looks like a hockey stick. So definitely this is a trend. And something that is very interesting here is that, this was the beginning of the pandemic. This was when we were in kind of like, we let it go free a little bit and people went on holidays. Then we come back in September, people again looking back for this product. People that are looking for this, for fashionistas, people that's interested with social media as well, millennials based on the United States, and so on. Okay, so this is the list of a few products I wanted to mention today. There is another 20 that are on our blog post. I will show you, and I will send you the link afterwards. From Trendlab, what we're gonna offer you as well is, if you register, we're gonna provide you with 5 different credits, so you can come here and search freely for it. That's it from my side. Please, if you have any questions, put them on the comments. We'll answer them right now.
That was brilliant. Thank you so much, Hector. I think there's a lot of content that we need to look at in your blog post. I looked at the blog post and it's so interesting to look at the different trends, and it's not just the trends but also the why of each of the trend. Why is the customer behaving like why they are behaving? Yeah, it's so nice. Thank you for such a good content. Any questions from anyone out there? Please feel free to unmute yourself and ask the question, or just pop the question in the chat window. Yeah, Oliver.
Hi guys, thank you for the talk. I'm sorry if there's a lot of background noise. If you can't hear me, just tell me and I'll type it in the chat instead. I just had a question. If one was to, apply some of the Trendlab insights into a drop shipping perspective, why would this? Because obviously one of the simple approaches to finding a product to drop ship is to look on the manufacturer's site and see which products have been imported and ordered the most. Why would this approach be better than that? Would it be about you're beating that trend, staying ahead of that curve? That's just one thing I was thinking, comparing that simple basic approach of just seeing which products are the most imported in order to drop shipping sites. Would the Trendlab insights be more about beating the trend of all the other drop shippers?
Right, that's a really good question. So there is 2 answers for it. The first one is that Trendlab is gonna offer you access to those trends before they go mainstream, so you can be first. At the end, and that's part of the second question. You need to take the second answer, sorry. So you need to take your decisions based on data rather than gut feeling that we were talking before. So Trendlab is going to provide you with, which products. It's going to recommend you which products are trendy right now. And then it's going to prove with data who is your audience, when people is interested on those products, where are they, and it's going to validate kind of that process as well. Hope that answered your question.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Oliver.
Thanks, Oliver. There's a question from Celine in the chat window. When something is showing as peaked, is it still an opportunity, like the cosmetic fridge? I understand this as some graph which has grown up and then going down.
I don't know if I'm still sharing, but yeah, definitely. So actually, the data that we analyze is current data. It's time series until today, right? So if this is something like peaking right now, like is actually the beauty fridge, it's gonna be definitely a trend for 2021. Actually, it's just it just means that it's just taking off. Sometimes when the peak happens, later than 7 months ago, for example, we will classify that as a peak, as a, it's not trend anymore. The hype is gone. But even that, it could be in the future, it could revamp it. Just think about, I don't know, the example I like to put is Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones was a book that was published 4 years ago, and because of the TV show, it just exploded crazy. The same you have with the Queen's Gambit, I think it's called, this TV show that Netflix is showing. So now they are like, the chess board sets are exploding for the fact that, a media entity, or like Netflix, or there has been a movie, or the newspaper has been talking about it. It's suddenly you get a trend there, right? What we are trying on Trendlab is that you are first to get those alerts, that you jump into a platform, you get into the discovery, and you are able to identify those before they get mainstream or the other competitors jump in.
That's nice. And also, it's quite interesting to note that there are peaks in some of the product trends. Uh, for a sensible business, at least in the small to medium scale, I believe that they need to look at trends which are growing gradually rather than spiking up like this.
That's super right. So it's very interesting to look at trends, but for regular business that they are already established, that they have their own products, I think the value that we add the most is understanding the seasonality across the year. So when actually across the year, people's interest on their products, then the second seasonality, which time of the day, which time of the week and day of the week are they interested, so they can run their advertisement campaigns, or their content strategy, with actually data that proves that that's the time that people is going to be interested in their products, and having a higher conversion to purchase later on, and understanding really who are their customers, and where they're based, which interests do they have, which type of lifestyle. Something that we're gonna add as well in the future, it's related influencers, so you can understand as well who to reach out for partnerships, and as well related podcasts. And I think is what we want to build is a platform that collects data across the internet and actually makes your life easier to to make decision faster and in a simple way.
Yeah, yeah, that's a very valid point. There, if we can get influencer related to a particular trend, that's awesome. That's the best match that can happen. Pretty. Any more questions, anyone? I take the silence as no. Thank you so much, Hector. And for the blog post, if you could pass on, I have the link with me. If anybody wants the blog link, or if anybody wants to get in touch with Hector for free credits or anything like that, or for signing up, please write to me at premkumar@amazinsellers.com. I'll send an email after this meeting. Everyone will get it, and also I will post that in the WhatsApp group. The blog post link I will share it in the WhatsApp group itself. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining, and thank you, Hector, for such really good insights. Thank you so much.
Thank you much, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.